because I cannot be fucked. So no matter how much I push it, that top mounting riv nut there will not line up with this new front bar. Alright, so we are at the shop and we're going to start with wrapping the bonnet and the two front fenders. That will be today's mission, so hopefully by the end of this you'll get some sort of vision as to what the end product will look like. The front bar still needs to be prepped, so that will be this week's goal, and then I'll be able to bring that front bar in at the end of this week and get that one wrapped. So then hopefully 2 weeks time, whole front end and potentially the rear end could all be done. So we'll see how we go. But right now, taking out all the lights, taking off the front bump, my mate needs to get to the hood and the side of the fenders. So I'll prop you guys up and you can just watch us do that. Right, so I only dummy fitted the front bar on last time, so it's only being held on by a couple of bolts. It's not going to be as painful as it was the other night. Remove the lights, the front bar, and we'll get started wrapping. Alrighty, hello my fellow troglodytes. It is I from the future, and I just wanted to do a quick little thing to start here to thank you guys. I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you guys for watching all these videos, these early videos that I've released. You guys are like the day oneers, I suppose, so if you keep up with it, you know, who knows, we'll see where this ends up. But I just wanted to jump in here and interject to say that at this time my camera basically was full of storage and my phone was about to die, so I didn't have much opportunity to record tonight. It was mainly just edits, so that's what this little next part will be. But I come up here the next week and we continue with more wrapping, so yeah. So what's awesome about Revolution Detail here is that when I was up there the next week, they actually were doing a detail for this GTR here, which was a little giveaway car for certain events, and they let me have a look at it, play around with it, and we even got to take it out for a ride. I can now die a happy man with a fat fucking load in my pants, so enjoy. Look at this clean R32. This is one of those little giveaway cars for this year. So at the end of that raffle, my mate's detailing business here is the one that is coding it. And I'll tell you what, she is a beauty. Have a look under the hood. Don't know if I got the yellow though. You like the big truck? Powder code. I like how your turbo exhaust and everything's up on top. Something that I want to do to my S13 as well. Make everything a lot more accessible. I really love the R32 tail lights. Whole body, everything back here. These are the ones I was telling you about that did the
Give it a little bit. Shaking, are you?
Yeah, it makes my clutch foot always ends up shaking when I drive these cars.
How's the clutch feel like it?
Super
shallow?
heavy. Super heavy. It's like there's nothing forever and then
It kicks in, yeah. Big biting point. Damn! You just hear that turbo start like sucking in there. Holy shit! A power, holy fuck. Just feel
Is this
yourself
the first
sink
time
back
I've been
into...
in a car with you? Like taking one of these cars out?
Yeah, I think so. Didn't take out the RX-7 or anything, so the sunglasses are gonna fucking fall off flat in the window if I keep them.
Yeah.
I don't know there's no plates on this, is there?
Dude, it's so laggy.
Of course it would be, it's a fat turbo. The anti-lag will go crazy.
That's so shit. Dude, we've had some way rowdier cars, man. Like that's, I don't know.
This is your first time taking it out too?
This car, yeah.
Yeah, right.
But this is like, man, I'm just
More underwhelming than the
this
other
is
ones.
more underwhelming than it.
Did they have a screamer pipe on it?
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Doesn't? It's fucking loud.
That's sad. Honestly, I mean, you probably enjoyed it, but
Still good regardless. Yeah. It's not every day you get to go in a fucking GTR, so. Oh, mate.
it's just me on the clutch.
No, the engine, she's just nervous. That's it.
Yeah.
She's just shaking, she's a bit nervous.
Dude, I will take you in better one day.
Wait, let me know which ones are. I mean, how often do you do these cars anyway?
It's like flat,
Yeah, well, I'm not very surprised. It looked to be a big turbo, meaning it probably has a bigger AR ratio, meaning.
I don't know. Something might
A lot of
be off.
anti-lag.
Something might be a bit off, to be honest.
Well, it's not your cars, so.
Yeah.
It's unlucky for the person who gets it, I guess.
So foam is secured. Whack you. This is why I need fucking aircon in this car in Australian weather, alright, or just Queensland weather. It's hot as balls, okay? I can't even put my left window down because I got the door card off and the window mechanism disconnected. So no matter how much I try, that's not coming down. Look, I need a coffee in me. I don't think I'll survive without it, so you're coming with. You might be able to recognise them one of my past Instagram posts in the background because I do come here pretty frequent.
Hey, what can I get for you?
Can I just get a large ice latte, thank you, on skim milk?
On soy, anything else?
Skim milk.
Skim?
Yep.
Yeah, anything else? Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, good, thanks. Just 6.25
Thank you. Grabbing the legs again. Alright, let's get home and start on this front bar, right? Really windy out today, so I hope this audio picks up alright. I apologise if it's just really shit, but alright, so got everything ready. Got the original front bar off and got the new one ready to get put on. So got our Dremel bits here, so open her up and we'll start with sanding down a bit of the sides there. I don't have a Dremel, but I've got a drill, so we're going to use these Dremel bits on the drill. See how that goes. Time we marked out two little scratch points for the two mounting points on the right side, so I can probably drill through that one, or those two, mount her up, drill those in, and then I don't know, drill the other side accordingly. Two holes that we established, we drill through there. I just have to do the same for the other side, so I'm unsure whether or not I can just measure out where the holes are on that one and replicate it on the same side, or if I do that, then I'm going to be making a irreversible error that will leave two holes in that left side that don't even line up with the rib nuts in the front. And if I do that, then I don't know, I run the risk of those holes then impeding on where the holes might be. Like if they're right next to each other, then I'm going to have two gaping holes that just it won't hold the way that I want it to. Yeah, it'll compromise the front bar anyway. So I'm thinking maybe I will start off with one of the small ones and work my way up depending on the size, because I can always go bigger and expand the hole, but I can't go back, and I don't want to make one that's too big. Alright. This is going to be an absolute stab in the dark, and if it doesn't work, that's just unfortunate. I'll drill out these two holes here. Hopefully they align well on this right side, and I'll be able to mark out the other two holes on that side, but I have no way of telling if it'll actually work. Yeah, fingers crossed. So just to make sure it does sit flush, hopefully, I've got that top mark there. I'm going to drill it just to the right slightly, so when it bolts in, it'll be as tight as it can be. Alright, it's on. So I'm adding masking tape to where the contact points are, because I had a little incident on both sides where the front bar actually tore up the wrap, as you can see there. So I don't want that happening again, so I'm just going to whack some masking tape on this, cover it up a little. Alright, so after all that duct taping, drilling, etc., I've got it on. This side actually sits nice and not flush, but it's, you know, has a lot of slack in it, which is good. I can now mark out these holes and hopefully get that one on. However, this side is being a bit stubborn now. It is really tight up in this joint here. Alright, so having a thorough inspection, like I said, this side here is really, really tight and I can't get this to flip over or to go over the side there. So I had to look under it, which this side is fine. You can see there's nothing obstructing the fitment. But then you come over here. So there it is. That is about 1.5 centimeters on that bar, so I'm gonna have to grind that back. And on top of that, like I mentioned in the past video, it is obstructing this intercooler up here. Potentially why it's also not fitting, so I'm gonna have to grind out a little bit of it. But that's my only explanation for why it can't fit, so if that doesn't work, then I'm stuck. It smells so good. Love fiberglass. Alright, so the other one that we gotta do, you probably can't see on the camera there, but it's very faint. It's about, like, it's just this part here. Alright, well, after I think hours now of sanding, removing the bar, sanding more, removing it again, sanding some more, I think I've got the fitment almost sorted. I've managed to comfortably get these on both sides where they're sitting relatively flush, so for the most part they are on. And what comes next is I'm going to put the foam down the inside so it doesn't scratch up the wrap, but then there's also the wrap itself, which I think would need to go on before the foam, if it's going to be tucked on the inside. Or can I put the foam on first and then the wrap can be tucked over the foam? See, I don't know. Oh, she is sitting a bit lopsided actually, now that I'm looking at her. It's annoying, and that means I'm going to have to tackle the inside where it hooks around that mounting bar and just sand that down, so hopefully it levels out. That will be tomorrow's job because I cannot be flipped. So tomorrow after work, unless I'm going up to the shop to continue the wrapping, I don't know. Alright, hey guys, it's day 2. I had to stop last night, had some stuff to take care of, but so got it mounted on. Relatively sturdy, a bit more filing is needed, a bit more sanding, and should be able to get her holes drilled in, her mounted up, and yeah, start getting her prepped. So she's fitting pretty snug actually, both sides. The only thing is, it's a bit tight on this side here where it's clamping up against the fender. Other side's a lot looser, but it's not as flush. You can kind of see where it just drops off, and I can't really bring that up. On this side, she's not aligning with the holes too well. I can't exactly push her over to match up with the previous riv nuts. But it is progress, so got the front bar on, lights on there, you can kind of see how it's gonna look, and I like it. The only thing I'm concerned about with this front bar is it's a bit unbalanced. You can see on this right side here, it's nice and flat. It's 90 degrees almost, and as soon as it starts coming down here, it starts bending out like that. I've seen online heat molding can probably work, but I don't have the equipment for that, and I know it's a very delicate and fragile process, and I've already actually cracked the side joint over here slightly, not too much. But today we have a bit of a side quest that we're going to do on top of this car. You can see down here, got some little bulb party light things, what do you want to call them. I've had them in the past. We actually have some over here in our little patio area. Can't remember if they're the exact same brand, but they are really bright. And an issue that I have with this little garage is it's only a half garage. It was originally designed to put the front end in. With that, I do have some garage lighting up here, which is really bright and really nice to see. But I do not have any lighting out here under the veranda. So come nightfall, can't see anything. It's just pitch black, and all that lighting in the garage is cut off by this big shutter door. So with those lights, I'm going to string them up around the veranda here, so it can give me a source of light that is relatively bright, and well, all in all, it will just make this area look a lot nicer, especially at night time, because at night it's just pitch black with a beaming light coming from my garage here. So that's first on the bucket list. Alright, so lights are up. Gotta wait till it gets a bit darker before they actually, make any light to see, but looks pretty. I like it. I think just from the front of the house it looks nice anyway. But with that, we will now start prep mounting this front bar. I'm gonna mark out where it's supposed to be, just with this marker. Hopefully I'll be able to get it off the route. Then I will be putting the foam on the inside, like this one, on the other bumper. So the foam would run on this top part here so it doesn't scrape the wrap here, and put it on the inside here. Just anywhere there's contact with the other bar. And I'm thinking of maybe putting some in here to stop this contact from being too firm. This left side over here, no matter how much I push it, that top mounting riv nut there will not line up with this new front bar. And same thing with the bottom, you can see that one down there, it's just fucking a kilometer away from it. So I think for this right side, I can only make do with this top one. I probably won't be able to use the original riv nut, annoyingly, but I'll make something up here. It's a little silly because the other side is perfect, really. It is flush in every single way. So I have no idea why the other side's being a little... Alright, so we got everything set up. I'm going to wet sand my front bar now. I'm going to start off with 400 and just finally go over the gel coat, bring it back a little bit, finish it off with 800. What this will do will promote adhesion basically for the wrap. It has a gel coat on it, and the vinyl will have trouble sticking. So sanding it back will get it nice and raw, and I'm going to wet sand it because I can't be fucked with normally sanding it and getting all this dust and shit everywhere. Alright, so 400 grit, we'll do a nice thorough once over with this one. Maybe a little bit more, we'll see how it goes, and after that we will do 800. A sponge, gonna wrap it around it because this will stop it from me digging in too many contours with my finger. It'll be nice and even. Alright, so the 400 is done, and I've just given it another wipe over with that degreaser down there. Take the streaks out, but you can see little striations throughout it. Alright, so that is getting rid of that gel coat and making it more grippy, especially down this side here. So that is what the wrap will grip onto. And I'm thinking I might need to do a bit more because it seems like that was the spot that really opened up. So I will hit it with another 400, wipe it down, hit it with 800, and I'll see you guys then. Alright, so I got the foam here. I think it's around 3 mil, could be 5. I kind of should remember. But we won't need that much. I was just getting this amount just to be safe. But essentially what we're doing is we are putting foam where all the contact points are on the front fenders and anywhere else that this bar will, you know, come into contact with. It's going to act as a shock absorber and to make sure it doesn't scratch up the wrap / paint. So an example of this is on my old bar just there. Now this was put in right where the rib nut connection part is and just above there. Because once you install that front bar, it comes into contact with all this scratch up there and on the back, which would ultimately destroy the paint and wrap, like I said. So adding that foam on the backing there and up on the top there will stop that from happening. I know I already said this, but man, I really fuck with these lights. Like, it really just brings out this area. For so long now, this whole area here has just been black, and all the light comes just from that little shed, or the half garage, sorry. So having these lights out here, dude, it's like a breath of fresh air. Sadly, my phone does not do it justice though, because it looks like it's really dark, but no, it's not. I can see everything. It's amazing. Anyway, let's get started with putting this foam on. Foam, and I've got some contact adhesive. I was debating between this and some spray-on adhesive, but I could have gone spray-on. I didn't. Went to Bunnings instead, picked up this. They didn't have any. Well, actually no, they did, except it cost like 3 times as much as clock rubber, so I don't know what the fuck that's about, but I learned my lesson. Alright, I will get the spray adhesive for whatever future sticking stuff I need. But now we get to mark up the foam, which won't be too complicated. Just a couple of rectangles here and there, and yeah, should be done. Alright, so I guess we can roughly mark out how this will look. I wonder. 14.5 is pretty close to it actually, but I want this to stretch along this entire face. Maybe even a bit further. Probably better off just doing just this main face here, even further down. I'll put a face of foam on the inside here and on the inside here, and then maybe I'll put some on this little faceplate there. Yeah. It's about alright, not the straightest cutting I've ever done. It's a bit bendy down the middle, but look, that'll be fine. They'll still work, they'll do their purpose, they'll do their job. So you are gonna go right there. Nice and flush along that body line would be preferable. Probably take a little bit off that bottom down here though. I'd quickly make that amendment. All I can do with this is add to the corners. Perfect. Alright. Welcome to Arts and Craft. Right, so she's on, not really peeling off anymore. Just gotta let her set and cure. And while that's happening, I'm gonna go do the other side. And then I will be back to do these side pulls here.